Hi guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. Today I show you the process of my piece Meillandina, which is a portrait of a ball jointed doll with the name Junior from a Korean brand, I think, with the name SOULDOLL. Real quick before we start, for in-depth painting tutorials, head over to my Patreon page and select the $5 reward tier. You get instant access to over 30 painting tutorials, which you can download, insights into my work in progress, helpful art material posts, and I answer all of your questions. For $10 a month, you get exclusive access to my live stream and real-time painting videos. For $15 and more, you get beautiful art surprises, fine art prints, original watercolor illustrations, and much more. A limited edition of 20 prints is available through my website. You can order them in the basic or embellished version. I embellish all my prints by hand with golden and silver acrylics and fairy glitter. And I'm so in love with this piece. Oftentimes I think, wow, this artwork will be incredibly great, and I'm super excited to start it. And like I told you in my latest video, then I have a turning point, and then most of the time I totally lose interest or the piece didn't come out like I expected it. But this one really came out even better than I expected, and I thought, oh my god, it made me so happy when I have artworks that really went like I planned them, or they went different and looked still good. I'm so happy. There's so many things that can make me happy, but making a good artwork is really one of the top things that make me happy. Even if I don't make any money, or I don't know, I'm ill or I'm annoyed about something, but when I make a good artwork, most of the time the complete day is saved, and the day after this too. So yeah, this was really, really good. And my ratio of good artworks are, most of the time I do 5 mediocre pieces, then maybe one of it is not so great, and like the 6th piece is amazing and makes me super happy. And yeah, sometimes it's not that this piece resonates with everyone, so sometimes it's just I personally like it a lot, and sometimes I have a piece where I would say, okay, it's nice, I like it, and so many people resonate with it and love it and are crazy about it, but me myself, I'm like, okay, it's nice, I can't really understand why you like this one so much, but okay, I'm fine. So yeah, if you happen to like this piece too, then this is great. But if not, it's totally fine. I mean, everyone has their own taste, and this piece especially is different because I portrait a doll face that I haven't portrayed before. And as I said, SOULDOLL is, I believe, a Korean brand of dolls, and they have like the one face, and they also have those incredible lines of dolls to a specific theme. And this one, like this doll, she's called Junior, and she belongs to the fantasy theme, fairy story. And I literally saved every single promotional picture they had or they have on their site and put it in my reference picture file on my laptop, because after I looked or swooned over their images, I had the feeling that I'm dying like 1,000 times, because those pictures, those images are, I don't know what they are doing to my brain, but it is as if you would just put in a heroin syringe or something like that. I almost felt pain by looking at these incredible, beautiful images. I will have a link down in the description to their website so that you can compare and get crazy like I did. Maybe you are immune against it and not as vulnerable as I am when I see those pictures, but for me it's like I am transported immediately into my childhood, and I'm in a toy store full of the incredibly beautiful toys I've never ever had the chance to see when I was a child, and I want them all. I want to paint them, I want to own them, I want to have a room full of those dolls and other beautiful little creatures, and then I just want to completely lose my mind. So this is what happens when I look at those doll pictures. So yeah, I try to get a bit of this essence into my painting, and maybe you can feel my craziness for it. Or maybe not, maybe you just say, okay, stop now, I'm going to watch another video, she's too crazy for me. Oh, and don't mind the paintings of my boyfriend in the back of the studio. Somewhere in the video you will see them. We are sharing a studio together, a rather small one, and he's painting those giant paintings next to me, while I'm just painting those little tiny paper works, and just it's so crazy, because like his art looks totally like very serious art. He is a serious painter, and I'm a serious painter too, but just my work is so fairy-like and dreamy, and it's just such a contrast. You wouldn't think that our art is related in any ways, but we are working next to each other, so this is rather cool, especially when just one of us just critiques the other one and said, oh, okay, I like that, but I don't like that, and it's super helpful. So it's great if you are lucky enough to have an artist partner or a friend, or just artist friends whom you can change your opinions and talk about your art. This is so valuable. So yeah, just a little side note in the case you were wondering why there are those artworks in the background of the video. Oh, and another thing I totally forgot you to tell is that this painting is the first painting that will be part of my next body of work for my first international solo show in Scotland next year in April 2018 in the Amarante gallery. And I have to start early because I know that my schedule is completely full. I'm actually booked out, so I'm not sure if I want to take any new shows, maybe, but I'm not sure. And I have to start early because I also do Patreon and YouTube, and I totally neglected you, so it's been over a week since I uploaded a video for you, and it's so rewarding. I didn't even consider that YouTube would be such a rewarding and wonderful place for artists, and for me it's really great. I absolutely love sharing my newest pieces with you, and the difference between like every other social media platform is that I get paid for it. So it's not when I do, for example, an Instagram video or an Instagram post or something on Facebook, I just get like a following and a response, which is amazing. And I absolutely love it. I couldn't live without those two. But on YouTube, I get also paid for it. So it's like a dream. It doesn't really matter what I paint. It just have to be good. And this is, for me, this is the best thing. I always wanted to just paint good painting. This is my main driving factor, my main like goal. I want to make very good artworks. And I don't want to be constrained by the taste of a specific gallery or of a specific art scene. I just want to make those images I have in my head, and I want to let them out. And yeah, if this is something that other people want to watch too, or they can learn from it, like you, or I don't know what you are getting out of my videos. So maybe it's a thing that I tell or that I talk about, or maybe it's just my process. So maybe you're just totally not interested in the thing that I'm telling, and you're just making a sound of. Yeah, I don't really know. I hope you like both in the best case. And yeah, so what I wanted to say is that this is the first painting for my solo show, and it is already reserved. You can, however, get a print of it in my online store. I have a link down below. I have only 20 prints of it, so grab yours before it's gone. I don't know, sometimes my prints sell out super quickly, sometimes maybe not so quickly, but yeah, I have no control or idea whatsoever how successful a print is when I do the artwork. Just random luck. And yeah, recently we were watching The Strain and Castlevania and Fate Apocrypha. The last 2 shows are animes, and oh my god, like those 3 ones, the first, The Strain, is about vampires, and the other one, Castlevania, is about vampires too. And the last one, Fate Apocrypha, is a crazy anime show. It's, I don't know, it's like always the same story, but it's like basically characters from history and they have to fight the Holy Grail War. And they are like Frankenstein and John Dark or what have you, like some historical or fictional characters put in like crazy, super creative, different kind of characters. Sometimes they change gender, for example, and this is so absolutely inspiring, and I'm totally on the fantasy trip now. So I definitely, and another figure is like a centaur, so I need to get those fantasy figures painted and drawn for my solo show or just for the next pieces, because oh my god, the world needs more of these. Honestly, the world needs more fantasy art that is not done only for games or only for the commercial world. Just pure fantasy art that makes you happy. Just happy by looking at it and inspires you. So I need to get those concepts out. I'm extremely inspired right now. Okay, so I didn't talk a single bit about my technique, so I will definitely say a bit about it too. And for this one, I used watercolors, gouache, colored pencils, and acrylic inks, and glitter at the end, but I didn't record it. And I found out that with gouache colors, I can very nicely paint these flower blossoms, these flower petals for the roses. And I think it's because the gouache has this very nice texture or consistency to it. So it's almost like oil color. And my technique for roses is that I do not copy the reference photo. I just look at the reference photo and I roughly see, okay, in which direction is this flower tilted? Where are the dark areas? Where do I have to place approximately my flower petals? And then in the moment it looks good, I just let my flower be, and I don't try to mirror the reference photo, because most of the times the roses that you photograph in real life, they sometimes look very messy, and when you do those beautiful brush strokes, they already look nice, so why change them? I will probably have some real in-depth painting tutorials about flowers on my Patreon page. I already have some, and maybe if my patrons are interested in it, I will make a really in-depth tutorial about it, because my technique is very specific. I developed it myself and it works so well. So once you understand how it works, you will probably get a hang of it really quickly. And yeah, I love doing those flowers. Probably I will become to a point where I can maybe paint them without reference, but I definitely love to have reference, especially because it gives you like the angle of the rose and the actual pastel tones and the color values that are super important to get it right. If you screw the color values, your flower will not look good and the illusion of realism just goes away. So yeah, that's my short explanations about the flowers. And something I want to try out soon is to maybe add little sequins in addition to the glitter on my watercolor works. I've seen it on Torianne's Juicy Inks channel that she added those beautiful sequins, and I was like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. I can't live without them. Oh my god, it's such a great addition to a painting that it's already very romantic, very colorful, and extremely like girly and almost kitschy. So adding sequins would be maybe the next step. So I don't know, maybe I will purchase them. And yeah, something about the name. So I call the painting Meillandina, and this is just the name of a rose, a white rose. And I thought this name is so beautiful, it fits the painting perfectly, and it's kind of mysterious too. So who could this Meillandina be? Is she maybe a mystical nymph in a rose garden, and she only appears in the dawn and she grants grants you wishes, you know, like some of those beautiful fantasy stories. Oh, and thank you all so much for helping me out with your incredible helpful suggestions for blending color pencils. So in the last video I asked you if you have any ideas and suggestions how to blend color pencils with solvents, and oh my god, I got so many comments from you and so detailed description. I think you probably helped all the other artists, every one of you who don't read the comments. Some of the comments are so helpful. For example, I didn't know that you can use Gamsol to blend color pencils, and I'm not sure if this is a technique I would use. So you have to add some layers of color pencils on the paper, and then you can use Gamsol, and it kind of lifts up the pigment and it blends in a bit. So I don't prefer that, because what I love about color pencils and watercolor is that it has no vapors and it's pretty much chemical free. So I don't know, like color pencils are probably also not super good for the health, but at least they don't have vapors. And I also got super interesting products recommended from you for Zest It color pencil blender, or for alcohol based color pencils blender. Or another thing that I found super interesting is from Caran d'Ache, the Luminance colorless blender. So the Caran d'Ache color pencils are wax based, and I thought they were oil based, but apparently they are wax based. And my technique is, I didn't know that it has a name, but a super wonderful person, her name is Noah, wrote me that this technique is called burnishing, that you have a wax-based color pencil, for example the Luminance ones, and you burnish over your layers with those wax-like pencils, and they flatten the structure and the grain of the paper, and they add a shine on it, a wax shine. And I've been doing this for ages, so this is like the technique I developed myself, and I just thought, I just tried out all the color pencils, and then things just happened, and then I thought, oh well, this looks nice. And I didn't know that this is an actual technique. I was pretty surprised reading that, and yeah, she gave me all those tips, and a lot of you commented with all those amazing tips. And yeah, the one thing is burnishing with color pencils, where you just go over, and you don't have to go over it with those wax pencils. You can also do it with Polychromos. What I'm doing in the face of this painting is that I just layered so many colors over each other that in the end the structure of the paper is super flat, because I already went over it, and in the last layers I press extremely hard, so it's really, the surface is extremely smooth and extremely wax-like. And then on the light areas I use my white Luminance pencil, and the downside of this technique is that you obviously, when you go with the white Luminance pencils over the darker areas, those dark areas will become gray or lighten up, so you can't go over those areas, or you make those areas so dark that when you use a white pencil, that then the mid-tone is the exact tone that you want. But this is a bit difficult to achieve, so I just go with the Luminance pencil over those areas that are white or gray anyways. So I hope this made sense and wasn't too complicated for you. I'm sometimes a bit confused when I try to explain things and thank you all so much for your great comments. I love you so much. You are so amazing, and some of you still don't like my accent apparently, so I'm trying my best, just so you know. I think having an accent is a nice thing and it won't go away. Sometimes my German accent is a bit too thick and I'm trying to work on it, especially with the THs, and yeah. But I think the most important thing is a grammar. So if you find something that you especially hate, and that you love everything, or you love everything, but you especially hate that I do a specific mistake in my grammar, or just many mistakes, or just the syntax that I'm using is awful, instead of just saying that you don't like it, it would be amazing if you also would add a helpful comment to it. For example, don't say that, it is wrong, you have to say it that way, So just correcting is super helpful. I'm not a person that is like allergic to criticism. If I would be that person, I would never have learned my skills as an artist. So I don't mind at all. But please, you have to add like what I did wrong. This is important, because otherwise it's just a comment that doesn't help me at all, if you know what I mean. So, and I hope this video was not too long and it wasn't boring. If you have anything that you want me to talk about, let me know. I'm happy to talk about everything that I find interesting, that comes to my mind. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you're inspired to make pieces that you truly love, that you truly resonates to, and not things that you think other people like. This is the worst, because making art that is 100% the thing that you like makes you so happy. It will fill you with energy, probably, like it happens with me all the time. Yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I hope I see you in the next video. I love you all. Bye bye.